She has caused a controversy, and of course we do remember back 1984.
Absolutely.
It was pioneering candidate on the national stage, the first woman to be on a national ticket. She ran with Walter Mondale. And as we said, she is a Clinton supporter on the Finance Committee. Senator Clinton herself issued a statement last night after a couple of milder statements. She did say, well, I said earlier today in Harrisburg that I obviously disagree with the comments by Ms. Ferraro and reject the comments. And Senator Obama and I both said on several occasions that we want this campaign to be about the issues. And Geraldine Ferraro is here live this morning.
Good morning.
A quick, just a couple of quick news questions for you, if I can. Have you heard from Senator Clinton personally? Has she said to you, don't say those things anymore?
No, which is just I am not part of the campaign.
No, but you know her. She's a friend.
Undoubtedly. And the sad thing is that my comments have been taken so out of context and have been spun by the Obama campaign as racist that, you know, it's doing precisely what they don't want done. But it's going into the Democratic Party and dividing us even more.
A quick follow-up. Do you think inside the Clinton camp they can't say it, but they actually agree with what you're saying, or disagree?
That's not of concern to me. Let me just take a step back, Diane. First of all, let me just say to you how sorry I am that people think that this is a racist comment. And secondly, let me also point to the fact, just give me a minute, that I've spent 40 years fighting discrimination, not only about gender, but about race, for the disabled, for the elderly, for gays. This is an outrage.
Off what Senator Obama said, I don't think he said it was a racist comment. What he said
his
was
campaign
that
did. I have to tell you that, first of all, there are two things.
But let's talk about what he said. He said factually, it's absurd, I think is the word he used. And let's just look at it again. This is how you're quoted in the newspaper. If Obama was a white man, he would not be in this position.
And I believe that.
And if he was a woman of any color, he would not be in this position.
And I believe that.
He happens to be very lucky to be who he is, and the country is caught up in the
Absolutely.
concept.
And now let me tell you what the surrounding situation was. I had given a paid speech which had been booked a year and a half ago. Had nothing to do with the Clinton campaign. I'm not a surrogate. Somebody suggested I get fired. Fired from what?
Well,
wait.
You're on the Finance Committee.
On the Finance Committee. So when hundreds of millions of dollars have been raised by all the candidates, do you know at my firm, hold on. In my firm, we have not only, I'm on her finance committee, get put on once you do a fundraiser. We have an Obama supporter, who was one of my partners, who's on the finance committee, and we have a McCain supporter, who's on the finance committee.
But I just want to go back to the words you used,
yeah,
because this is
and
really
I'm going to address
important.
those, and let me put them in context, which is what is absolutely necessary. So I was asked after the speech, what is the reason that you see that Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton are at this level together? Could I have said because his experience is what puts him there? No. Could I say because his stand on issues have distinguished him? No. What is the real thing that has turned out? And I was talking about historic candidacies. And what I started off by saying, if you go back to 1984 and look at my historic, which I just talked about, all these things. In 1984, if my name were Gerard Ferraro instead of Geraldine Ferraro, I would never have been chosen as the vice president.
But there are people who
that.
have heard you say that and said there is a distinction that should be made.
No.
Walter Mondale chose you.
No, that's not the distinction, Diane. It's the candidacy, and you're missing the point. And let me go one step further. I'd also said that it had nothing to do with my qualifications. Could I have done the job of vice president? Absolutely. Could I have done it better than George W. Bush? Absolutely.
Okay, so let me get to the words
about
Senator Obama.
The spin on the words has been that somehow I was addressing his qualifications. I was not. I was celebrating the fact that the black community in this country has come out with a pride in historic candidacy and has shown itself at the polls. You'd think he'd say, yeah, thank you for doing that. That's the kind of thing that we want to say thank you to the community. Instead, I'm charged with being a racist.
Well, again, I don't think he has said that, but this is what I want to ask about.
His campaign has. I've been deluged with emails, phone calls, nasty type of things, contacting my office.
I just want to ask, when you say the country is caught up in the concept, and that seems to be what it worked. In fact, you seem to make it the determinative
thing. These words, Diane, I mean, this is not...
Your words. Let me just ask, the popular vote, 13,033,386 for Senator Obama. 11 senators who know him and know Senator Clinton are supporting him. Do you think they're doing it because they're just caught up in a concept?
No. No. because what you've done is you've gone in and you've parsed something out of context again. And I find that offensive. I was talking about historic candidacy. You know, the numbers are there. Why would you call, wait, hold on. Why would you call South Carolina so far ahead of time if people were not reflecting about how the black vote was going to come out? Why would they call Mississippi ahead of time?
That was polling.
No, but it's more than polling. It's looking at who is going to vote.
But as you know, Bill Clinton won
and they've gotten away with
too.
Oh yeah. And tell me then why every time somebody opens their mouth, Bill Clinton, racist. Governor Rendell, racist. Jerry Ferraro, all of us have records of anything but racist.
Sorry you said this?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And to be quite frank, it seems to me that the campaign, and David Axelrod knows me, he should have called me up and said, what did you mean by this? And I would have given the full context. I have only said nice things. When I go give a paid speech, I don't pick out one campaign over another. I talk about them both. I give a little bit of an edge, but I also am fair to John McCain. I'm not speaking for either the Democratic Party or candidate. I think I have to tell you, my concern has been over how I've been treated as well, and I'm hurt, absolutely hurt, by how they have taken this thing and spun it to imply that in any way I'm racist. And to use it to attack Hillary because they can't speak about the issues, I find is just appalling.